by my crazy calculations. When the Renaissance started, they usually last a couple of 100 years, right? So we're probably 100 years into this. But everyone said, oh, radio, you got to check it out. There's a revolution there. Well, think about the rebirth of radio. The rebirth of radio is HD radio, satellite radio, internet radio, blog talk radio, iTunes, iPods, right? You no longer think of radio as something we plug into the wall and, oh, we're all going to listen to it. You listen to it on your cell phone or on your iPod, right? Same thing with music. Music. Here's where I think the Renaissance started. February 19th, 1878, Thomas Alva Edison invents the phonograph. Why is that important? It allows us to freeze sound in time. And later with photos and videos, you can freeze people in time. Why is that so important for a Renaissance? Yeah?
Capture a moment.
Capturing a moment. Look, jazz would not exist if it wasn't for the phonograph. Why is that? Jazz would not exist, yeah.
Because you never write down the music.
You never write down the music. Jazz, it defies the ability of classical music notation to capture it. Why is that? Because every single performance is unique. Charlie Parker. We would never know the beauty of Charlie Parker if we didn't have the phonograph to capture it and listen to it again and again. Every Grateful Dead show is unique, right? You have to have something to record it. Now, of course, once these files are digitized, audio, video, print, once you digitize the stuff, man, all hell broke loose. So if this Renaissance started 110 years ago, 120, the minute we digitize it, all hell broke loose. Access to a broadband internet and a digital file, forget it. It's a world of abundance now, Stuff is everywhere. There's more independent music today available online than ever before in the history of mankind. Anybody disagree with that? Just go to iTunes, go to YouTube. There's more music today available than ever before. So I love this Renaissance. It's completely different. Before you needed to speak a language that limited your audience. Now you can put a video up or a photo up. No limits, absolutely no limits. No geographical or territorial limitations, and no regulatory issues. Yeah, why is that important? Somebody says, yeah. But think about the old model, man. You have to go to the FCC to get approval to put a radio, TV tower up, right? I don't need approval. I don't need anybody's freaking permission. I can take a video of you right now and put it up to YouTube. I don't have to get the FCC involved. Right? The old model's crazy. It's only old people like me that brainwashed and brains are marinated into this old system. But for you, you can do anything you want. But this is what they're going to tell you. They're going to tell you that the CD is dead. Therefore, music is dead. They're going to tell you that, oh, DVDs, nobody's buying DVDs anymore. So therefore, that industry is dead. Who wants you to believe that these industries are dead? Yeah.
The MPAA.
The MPAA, NAB, absolutely. National Association of Broadcasters, the Motion Picture Association of America, the Recording Industry Association of America. Anybody that's in the container business, right, is freaked out by this digital world. So the CD may be dead, but look, how many of you bought an 8-track last month, by show of hands? How many bought an 8-track? Nobody. How many bought a cassette tape in the last month? Not one person. How many bought, how many listened to something online or on their phone, streamed off the internet or by podcast or whatever? Yeah, everybody. So what, the CD is dead. So are piano player rolls, I haven't bought a cassette in a while either. So the CD is dead. The people who are freaked out by this are the people who are in the container business. Like, oh my God, the CD is dead. And thank God for that. It's the same thing with DVDs, right? And books. There's more independent writing going on today than ever before. The field is not dead. I would argue it's thriving. Just look around. Print on demand, ebooks, PDFs, websites, blogs. The one I get kicked the most about is when I say that newspapers are dead, right? Rocky Mountain News just fell apart. How do you explain that, David? Well, I would say that journalism is ditching its container too. But journalism's actually thriving. We haven't found all those business models yet to support it, but it's thriving. Same thing with radio and television. I say TV is dead. You agree with that? No? Shaking heads, no?
Not yet.
Not yet.
It's going to do.
So what's good about it? What does television do well? How's it going to survive? Yeah.
On-demand broadcasting?
On demand? Yeah.
As long as sofas can support fat Americans.
Right. Yeah.
I can watch TV on my cell phone.
Right. Yep.
So can you repeat those? You couldn't.
Yeah, he said as long as there are couches to support fat Americans, TV will survive. And you can watch TV on your cell phone, yeah?
I don't think so. I think
television programs are just gonna go onto the internet, and that's where you're gonna get them from. I think that the DVD will only be there, but it will be hooked up to the internet. Both technologies are gonna come together.
Yeah, yeah.
Because the TV is still a part of a ritual that isn't just about the TV. It's about also, eating dinner and, just relaxing. It's also
Yeah.
a part of that ritual.
Sure. Yeah, and what's it very, very good at? It's good at those really big, like the Olympics. How can we all cover the Olympics
You're not all
in
gonna huddle around
HD,
the
24
cell
hours
phone
a day,
watching
right?
games or anything.
Yeah.
Or big music events, big concerts, Live Aid, things like this. But if the funding models start to evolve, where big quality independent productions can take place by people in this room, clearly everything. So what I think Mark is saying when he says TV is dead, is that concept of a television set being this black box, that you plug in, and everybody gathers around it. It's completely outdated. The video file itself is now free of the container. You can watch video on your cell phone, on the internet, on a computer. You don't need that little black box in the radio tower and get the FCC involved, right? That's what we mean by TV is dead. It's only continuing on through inertia and nothing else. All the advertisers are moving away. The advertisers are moving away because all of you have moved away. Like the stuff I read now, it used to be every average American, 6 hours on average in front of a TV. But now you guys, the younger people, are moving to the net, Facebook and YouTube, and doing all these podcasting and blogging. So advertisers are ditching broadcast. So, it's only a matter of time before broadcast TV completely changes. So when you think about it in terms of a renaissance, what's the big picture here? The big picture here is not about technology. It's not about blogging or podcasting or MySpace or Facebook. This is a movement, a major movement, away from corporations controlling media creation and distribution into your hands, into our hands. It's unparalleled in the history of humankind. But what freaks people out is the business model. We're going to touch on that a little bit. You know what I mean about the business model of scarcity? There are companies that want to promote scarcity. Look at this in the real world. So what's a company that, for example, with energy, wants to promote a model of scarcity? Just shout it out, I don't care. Yeah.
Because the more scarce a product is, the more expensive you can offer it.
It's captive economics, You get this scarce resource we got to pump out of the ground, and you jack the prices up at the pump. So what are some companies that want to promote scarcity in energy? Oil, gas. Is it any wonder when you watch NASCAR, it's all oil and gas companies sponsoring that program where they're blowing gas right out the back? Right? No wonder it's why you're watching Fox News after Fox Sports, and it's all oil and gas companies.
Electricity.
General Electric, PGE.
Solar, because solar is
Right, solar. So
really available to all of us.
So we know we live in an abundant world.
There's no interest or no money going into solar.
Right. We live in an abundant world. We know we could solve the world's energy problems tomorrow by solar and geothermal and wind, right? We all know that. Who wants to perpetuate this meme that scarcity is the model? Well, the same thing is true in media. You got just 5 major companies controlling most media, right? GE, well, guess what? They're also a power company, right? Surprise, surprise. It's no wonder you don't hear about abundance from GE properties. Or, if you're a musician, there's only 3 labels left. 3 labels. If you don't get a deal with a major, you're screwed, quote unquote. Right? Same thing with national concert promoters. When I was young, you had Bill Graham Presents right here in San Francisco. It's been swallowed up a long time ago, folks. There's only 2 left. And Clear Channel's Live Nation just bought House of Blues. There's only 2 national concert promoters. So basically, there's no leverage for artists, limited choice for consumers in that old model, right?